And meantime, former President Trump now facing new charges in the classified documents case. Prosecutors allege Trump asked a staffer to delete security footage at his Mar-a-Lago estate to obstruct the Justice Department's investigation.
That staffer, the property manager Carlos de Oliveira, is alleged to have schemed with Trump and Trump's valet, Walt Nada, to hide footage from investigators. Now, the Trump campaign responding, saying, quote, "This is nothing more than a continued desperate and flailing attempt by the Biden crime family and their Department of Justice to harass President Trump and those around him. Deranged Jack Smith knows that they have no case and is casting about for any way to salvage their illegal witch hunt and to get someone other than Donald Trump to run against crooked Joe Biden."
Joining us now to discuss is trial attorney Neama Rahmani and criminal defense attorney Randy Zelen. Great to have you both with us here. All right, Randy, when we saw you yesterday, we did not know about these new charges. How does that change things?
Neama, you look at it that way?
Well, I agree with Randy. I mean, this is pretty strong evidence of obstruction of justice, right? I mean, we're talking about what Trump and his direct employees did in response to a grand jury subpoena. They tried to delete the evidence. So these are actually the strongest and most serious charges in the case that's really about the cover-up being worse than the crime. So like Randy said, the Department of Justice, they love this divide and conquer strategy. They're going to lean on Nada and de Oliveira, try to get them to flip. And even though Trump may be paying for their lawyers, they have to be looking in the mirror and saying, hey, do I roll? Do I rat? Do I snitch? And do I save myself, or do I potentially go down with this sinking ship? So there's going to be a lot of pressure on these two to flip. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do so.
Randy, I'd like to get your reaction to Trump talking to Breitbart News about the looming indictment regarding the events surrounding the election and January 6th. Take a listen.
I think they'll end up being an embarrassment to the Democrats and an embarrassment to our country. And they have lifted my poll numbers. In all fairness, they didn't want to run against me. That's why they did it. They did this so that I wouldn't get the nomination. And it actually had the reverse effect. It's lifted my numbers, but I was winning anyway by a lot.
Maybe lifting his numbers, but these charges seem to be increasingly serious.
Neama, when might this case actually take place? Because this is new information.
I think it's still going to happen in May. The Department of Justice, in connection with this superseding indictment, asked the court to keep the trial date. It's just one additional espionage count, a couple obstruction counts really related to the same conduct. So I think Judge Kane is going to hold that line.
All right. Neama Rahmani and Randy Zelen, thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Coming up, how